Hello and welcome to Quiz Time. I'm Jess and I'm delighted to bring you a quiz on 1960s music. Now, they say if you remember the 1960s, you weren't there. Were you there? Do you remember? Shall we find out? Let's go. The 1960s was also known as the what? Stomping 60s, swinging 60s, or zooming 60s. The swinging 60s. Who was the lead singer of the popular 60s music group The Miracles? Smokey Robinson, Benny King, or Berry Gordy? It was Smokey Robinson. Which guitar player became famous for his 1967 version of the Star-Spangled Banner? Van Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, or Bob Dylan? That was Jimi Hendrix. Which 1960s movie was also known as How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb? The Great Escape, King Rat, or Dr. Strangelove? Dr. Strangelove. What was the name of the band Pink Floyd's debut song? Arnold Lane, See Emily Play, or Let There Be More Light? Arnold Lane. The Animals were a 60s British rock band formed in which UK city? Blackpool, Chelsea, or Newcastle? They were from Newcastle. Lou Reed was the original singer and guitarist for which band? The Who, The Velvet Underground, or Jefferson Airplane? The Velvet Underground. The novel The Swiss Family Robinson was the inspiration for which 60s TV show? Lost in Space, Gilligan's Island, or Family Affair? Lost in Space. Booker T and the MGs had a hit 60s song named after which vegetable? Ricochet biscuits, hot tomatoes, or green onions? Green onions. Woodstock took place in 1969 in which US city? California, New York, or Chicago? It was New York. True or false? Disco music was invented during the 1960s. It's true. Which popular singer is also known as The Man? Bob Dylan, Van Morrison, or Frank Zappa? It's Van Morrison. Strange Brew was a popular 1967 song by which group? Cream, Steppenwolf, or The Doors? Cream. Finish the 1960 movie title. Eyes Without a Care, Soul, or Face? That's face. Who took over as President of the United States after JFK's death? Lyndon B. Johnson, Dwight D. Eisenhower, or Richard Nixon? Lyndon B. Johnson. Keith Moon was the drummer of which popular 60s rock band? The Beatles, The Who, or the Rolling Stones? The Who. Superbad was a hit 1969 song by which singer? Stevie Wonder, Al Green, or James Brown? James Brown. Who played the lead role in the 1964 war movie Zulu? Charlton Heston, Michael Caine, or Richard Burton? Michael Caine. Baby I Need Your Loving was a breakout hit for which group? The Four Tops, The Temptations, or the Lovin' Spoonful? The Four Tops. Singer-songwriter Eric Clapton was in which popular 60s band? The Monkees, Creedence Clearwater Revival, or Cream? Cream. What was the name of the spaceship that landed on the moon? Apollo 5, Apollo 2, or Apollo 13? Apollo 2. The Kinks were a popular 60s rock band from which country? Canada, United States, or United Kingdom? United Kingdom. Finish the 1964 Beatles song I Want to Hold Your Hand, Heart, or Love? Hand. In what year was actress Marilyn Monroe found dead? 1960, 1962, or 1964? 1962. And what was the cause of her death? Drug overdose, asphyxiation, or gunshot wound? Drug overdose. True or false, the movie Jaws is from the 1960s? It's false. Jitterbug was a type of what in the 1960s? Car, fashion, or dance? It was a dance. Finish the band name: Big Brother and the Family Stone, Holding Company, or Four Seasons? Holding Company. Who played Joe Buck in the 1969 movie Midnight Cowboy? Jon Voight, Dustin Hoffman, or Jack Lemmon? Jon Voight. Complete the 1962 song title, Stranger on the Rocks, Shore or Edge. On the Shore. How many members were in the Supremes? 3, 4 or 5? There were 3. To Sir With Love was a #1 hit in 1967 by which singer? Bobby Gentry, Acker Bilk or Lulu? Lulu. Complete the band name. Sam the Sham and the Nightingales, Pharaohs or Hermits? Pharaohs. The Watts riots took place in which US city? Los Angeles, Charlotte or Memphis? That's Los Angeles. What #1 hit of 1969 was performed by the cartoon band The Archies? Surfin' USA, Love Me Do or Sugar Sugar? Sugar Sugar. The 1960 movie Spartacus was directed by which director? Ingmar Bergman, Stanley Kubrick or Sidney Lumet? Stanley Kubrick. What was the name of Cher's husband Sonny? Allman, de Villeneuve or Bono? Bono. Finished this 1963 song title, The Rhythm of the Night, Rain or Soul? That's Rain. Who sang the hit song I Can't Stop Loving You? Ray Charles, Otis Redding or Paul Mauriat? Ray Charles. Where were the first names of the Everly Brothers? What were the first names? Jan and Dean, Don and Phil or Bill and Bobby? Don and Phil. The Bay of Pigs was a military operation that took place in 1961 in which country? Vietnam, Mozambique or Cuba? That's Cuba. True or false? The 1967 movie The Dirty Dozen was based on a true story. True. I Get Around and Surfing USA were hit songs for which group? The Beach Boys, the Monkees or the Mamas and the Papas? The Beach Boys. Dame Leslie Lawson is a British singer and actress, better known by what name? Cher, Nico or Twiggy? That's Twiggy. Complete the band name. Morris Williams and the Stooges, Zodiacs or Lozenges. Zodiacs. Who is credited as being the founder of Motown? Marvin Gaye, Barrett Strong or Berry Gordy Jr.? Berry Gordy Jr. Who starred alongside Peter Fonda in the 1969 movie Easy Rider? Dennis Hopper, Lee Marvin or Robert Redford? Dennis Hopper. Teen Angel was a hit 60s song by which singer? Larry Hall, Skeeter Davis or Mark Dinning? Mark Dinning. Who was known as the Queen of Soul? Ella Fitzgerald, Aretha Franklin or Shirley Bassey? Aretha Franklin. Wooden Heart was the biggest selling single of 1961. Who sang it? Elvis Presley, Bob Dylan or Jimi Hendrix? Elvis Presley. Halfway there, how are you doing? Complete the band name. Archie Bell and the Drakes, Dynamos or Drells? The Drells. Who sang the hit 1966 song Wild Thing? Fifth Dimension, The Troggs or Steppenwolf? The Troggs. Honky Tonk Woman was a hit 1969 song by who? The Kinks, the Beatles or the Rolling Stones? The Rolling Stones. Who sang the 1968 song On the Dock of the Bay? Louis Armstrong, Otis Redding or Nat King Cole? Otis Redding. True or false? The 1965 movie Dr. Zhivago was based on a novel of the same name. Is Dr. Zhivago a favourite of yours? Good film? It's too sad. But it was based on a novel of the same name. Finish the 1966 song title. What becomes of the Departed, Forgotten or Broken Hearted? Broken Hearted. Jim Morrison was the lead singer of which band? The Doors, The Who or The Kinks? The Doors. Who played Mary Poppins in the 1964 movie Judy Garland, Julie Andrews or Peggy Ashcroft? It was Julie Andrews. Complete the 1966 Monkees song Last Train to Clarksville, Nashville or Simpsonville? It was Clarksville. The Tet Offensive took place in which year? 1967, 1968, or 1969? (1968). Back in My Arms Again was a hit 1965 song by which group? The Cascades, The Temptations, or The Supremes? The Supremes. Which actor played the bad guy in the 1962 movie Cape Fear? Gregory Peck, Robert Mitchum, or Paul Newman? Robert Mitchum. The Sound of Silence was a popular 1965 song by who? Simon and Garfunkel, Buffalo Springfield, or the Velvet Underground? Simon and Garfunkel. Who played Barbarella in the 1968 movie of the same name? Sharon Tate, Bridget Bardot, or Jane Fonda? Jane Fonda. Strangers in the Night was a popular 60s song by which singer? Joey Bishop, Frank Sinatra, or Dean Martin? Frank Sinatra. Complete the hit 1968 song title I Heard It Through the Rumour Mill, Underground, or Grapevine? Through the Grapevine. What was the name of Charlie Brown's dog? Droopy, Snoopy, or Scooby-Doo? It was Snoopy. Shirley MacLaine was famous in the 60s for what? Acting, dancing, or singing? Acting. Robert Plant and Jimmy Page were members of which rock band? The Rolling Stones, Jefferson Airplane, or Led Zeppelin? Led Zeppelin. Who played the Nutty Professor in the 1963 movie? Jerry Lee Lewis, Danny Kaye, or Bing Crosby? Jerry Lee Lewis. Complete the band name. Gladys Knight and the Pipers, Pips, or Playboys? It was the Pips. Complete the 1962 movie. Title: Whatever Happened to the Carpetbaggers, Faulkner, or Baby Jane? Baby Jane. Hello Goodbye was a hit 1968 song by which group? The Beatles, the Kinks, or the Rolling Stones? The Beatles. Slaughterhouse-Five and Cat's Cradle were popular 60s novels by which writer? Joseph Heller, Charles Portis, or Kurt Vonnegut? Kurt Vonnegut. Who sang the popular 60s song Chain of Fools? Diana Ross, Aretha Franklin, or Nina Simone? Aretha Franklin. The Beatles were from which UK city? Manchester, Birmingham, or Liverpool? From Liverpool. Complete the band name. Jerry and the Dakotas, Pacemakers, or King's Gambit? Pacemakers. Peter Noone was the lead singer of which band? Herman's Hermits, the Kingsmen, or the Hollies? Herman's Hermits. Finish the 1969 song title in the year 2001, 2525, or 3000? $25.25. Complete the group name. Freddie and the Rockers, Untouchables, or Dreamers? Dreamers. Who played Juliet in the 1968 movie adaptation of Romeo and Juliet? Olivia Hussey, Catherine Deneuve, or Catherine Ross? Olivia Hussey. Which of the following is not a song by the Beatles? I Can't Explain, She Loves You, I'll Follow the Sun? I Can't Explain. Girl, You Really Got Me was a popular 1964 song by which group? The Rolling Stones, the Kinks, or the Yardbirds? The Kinks. Who played Robert T. Ironside in the 1967 TV show Ironside? Raymond Burr, Don Galloway, or Jack Webb? It's Raymond Burr. Who sang the 1965 song The Kids Are All Right? Simon and Garfunkel, the Zombies, or the Who? The Who. Peter, Paul and Mary were a 60s musical group best known for which song? Piece of My Heart, Puff the Magic Dragon, or Will You Love Me Tomorrow? Puff the Magic Dragon. That's going to be in your head all day now. Which film director did Jane Fonda marry in 1965? Billy Wilder, Sergio Leone, or Roger Vadim? Roger Vadim. Finish the 1967 song title Pictures of Lily, You, or the Past? Lily. Who played the role of Lolita in the 1962 movie of the same name? Shelley Winters, Sue Leon, or Marianne Stone? Sue Leon. Who sang the hit 1968 song I Say a Little Prayer? Aretha Franklin, Nina Simone, or Diana Ross? Aretha Franklin. The Daughters of Eve were an all-girl group that played what kind of music? Doo-wop, jazz fusion, or rock and roll? Rock and roll. Complete this 1969 song title. Hot fun in the afternoon, summertime, or back seat? Summertime. Who sang the popular 1962 song She Thinks I Still Care? George Jones, Bobby Fuller, or Del Shannon? George Jones. Who plays the role of Samantha in the 60s TV show Bewitched? Lucille Ball, Julie Newmar, or Elizabeth Montgomery? Makes me want to wiggle my nose. Elizabeth Montgomery. The 60s band The Crystals were of what gender? Male, female, or mixed? Female. Who sang the 1966 song Ain't No Mountain High Enough? Marvin Gaye, Al Green, or Curtis Mayfield? Marvin Gaye. What is the only 1960s song that reached the #1 spot in 2 different years? Fortunate Son, I'm a Believer, or The Twist? The Twist. Who has the most top 40 pop chart appearances of the 1960s? Elvis Presley, The Beatles, or The Supremes? Elvis Presley. True or false? Singer Patsy Cline was killed in a plane crash at the age of 30. That's true. And your last one. Complete this 1962 song title. If I Had a Hope, Hammer, or $1 million? If I Had a Hammer. So how did you do today? Drop your score in the comments below, and of course, please like and subscribe so you get notified every time we post a new quiz. And please join us next time on Quiz Time.